Welcome to yet another edition of the program Land Talk, where they tell you everything absolutely where you need for know about the land, housing and country planning sector, especially with regards to the reforms them where currently they happen under the ministerial leadership of Dr. Turat Senesi and then the presidency of retired Brigadier Julius Madabio. This program they come to you once every week on Tuesday 8 to 9 p.m. SLBC TV, they host this program, and then with a simulcast with Radio Democracy and Rise Radio. And then on Fridays, AYV TV, they host this program, and then with a simulcast with AYV Radio, SLBC Radio, and Epic Radio. And each week, we look into a particular topic. So the topic for this week here, we can talk about country planning and technological reforms now the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. And for that talk about that day, I get two guests them. The first guest we are going to introduce to Unana Sir Mark Kanawa. Sir Mark Kanawa, now the Director for Country Planning, now the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Good evening, Abdufonte, and thank you for having me in this program.
And Land Talk, they also host today Mr. Joseph M. Sovula, who now a software developer. Himself, I go on for introduce him into the show this evening. Good evening, sir.
Abdufonte, good evening. Famudeona, good evening.
We go start the program shortly, and then if you want for send you text message, for ask question, for raise concern, for share your opinion with regards to the topic where we discuss today, you go send them on 090 11 1119. The number for send in your text message na 090 11 1119. And the earlier you send them, the better. So we go get an opportunity for able for read them out. So other members of the public where they watch go able for listen to you question or concern. And then of course the professionals them within the studios go also get the opportunity for answer to their questions today. But before we come to the program proper, make we just give una one short clip where they tell una about the digital transformation where they on currently now the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. Stay with us. Abdul Fonsi, na my name still and always. Welcome back, and we go straight into question time. What you like for do best? Director Sir Mark Kanawa, you are the Director for Country Planning na the Republic of Sierra Leone. And the ministry where you they represent na the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. So as far as that sector is concerned, take we through what's in our country planning.
Yes, thank you very much, Abdufonte. Of course, country planning are the way where we plan and manage we land and we natural resources, and also the a process where they help for let we determine usai we they put waiting we want for put how they make use of the land. Usai want for do with commercial activities then also they inform we how usai for do residential activity, usai rule for pass, usai tourism side, usai so many other use system for day, you know, usai they get packs. Yeah. Then also let we just imagine usai planning all day, even how we host them. We not plan at all as to how we run we host them. Let we just imagine the chaotic thing that we go to happen. For planning, we go get unsafe areas them. Like wait till they see so now then flooding and so many other things them at a large scale, at a higher scale, because country and the way plans still will see flooding. Yeah, then we go begin for see traffic jam. Then waiting they happen again. We go begin for see other different things that like there we got at them out and small. We're not going for distinguish as to how we they use we land them. So country planning basically is useful for tell we how we for organize we land them and how we for use this land. And also planning, and they tell you compatible uses. Whose use and whose use they go together. Right. Yeah, let we imagine like there we school them. You get school, planning will tell you say you need to go put a rumba before school. Because if you go put one bar before school, it's not compatible with the activity where they go to the school. Then you are like picking and accommodate with good behavior. You don't go put one bar before school. You don't put welding shop near hospital. Okay. So this then all planning there about for tell who's how go put it in.
So based on this definition where you don't give we about country planning and where you also don't tell we say now the work done the way the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning supposed for do, especially you directorate. So now tell me, by the way how you they see Sierra Leone. If I not say Sierra Leone, say let's start with Freetown. By the way how you they see Freetown, we plan this country well, or we they do a work where we supposed for do?
What's happening for Musa we colonial papa de left we that day we still lay. And Freetown initially it been planned for 500 and less than that people them. Yeah. Then imagine now we don't do over 2 million at the city. And every day people in the car add per week because of the economic opportunities within a Freetown. So many side people feel say we will live good life. Even our villages, as they say, they go Freetown and say this is don't better. You know, so everybody get that thought say. So everybody they come Freetown. So we predecessors them fail for plan for all their activities they are. So as we see Salon today, we go say not that plan. Because the predecessors they don't do anything for let them make sure say then do something about planning.
So what about we now we own time? What we don't do now for correct that situation? That we don't agree say the one that we be there before we nor we don't think say this place here go day like how in the day like today. So now that the place don't day so we wait day we they go na morning every day in our office for go work. What we don't do about time?
Yes, thank God. You see anything where they better. Na the aid, na the sabiampa. You know, if you see better motorman, we see the way they act, the way they behave, you gonna say this is not better motorman. Yeah, and waiting to happen for lands. Now we don't get a reform in planning. Of course, I don't do planning for the past 2 to 3 years now. Waiting we don't do, and I come together with the present minister, Dr. Tura Zenesi, and we say God help me. We minister come and say His Excellency Senam for make sure say you're doing your own part for planning. From lay the foundation for planning. If you need for do all, but at least lay the basics. So if anybody they come after him, you go push. So what you get for do, you get for call me and ask as to waiting we get for waiting we go do for let we push planning go before. So the first thing anywhere you get for look at the regulatory framework. Because most of the problems they faced so they like today, they're rooted in historical inadequacy in the planning framework. Yeah. So obviously if the planning framework not okay, obviously they plan okay. Because the planning framework then they show you a limitation as to waiting for do, waiting not for do, and who say for who say power tap. We say exemptions, then they waiting for do. So the planning framework, then they tell you that. So we look at the planning framework. Then the second thing, we're not going for go if we not get, of course, the law and the regulations. Then we're not going for go if we not get a plan where we work towards. It is like me and a Christian. Bible says you don't get vision. It said the people they perish. So if you not get where they go, obviously you don't know where they go, just they go. You know. So waiting, we think about next now for do a plan, a structural plan for Freetown first, then with 6 other secondary cities. So now for the regulatory framework, we don't go as fast. We don't do drafting instruction. We don't instruct you for do a zero draft. We don't do a zero draft. We don't consult with the whole of Sierra Leone. We don't go to all the other places in Sierra Leone. We don't consult, we don't validate this draft. We go meet them because how they do the draft instruction.
We drafts of waiting.
The Country Planning Act.
Okay.
The Review Act. Go meet the do we first go meet them and tell them, say, ask everybody in view. What you know for seeing the law. So the people that are the north, then give you their own view. The one that are the northwest, then give their own. The south, likewise the east. So we've been for put all that together. Then we do what we call the drafting instruction. So that instruction, then instruct you as to how we do the draft. So we don't do the draft. we go back again now the provinces. Of course, you've been there part of that trip there. We go now the provinces, and we go again for let them validate waiting them be say trade, say they want inside the act. If not then see so, and we explain to them the one that way we omit. We explain to them why we're not supposed to get this inside, so they accept, and we don't get this draft instruction. Now we don't go as far as law officers department, and very soon we'll go say it on the parliament, and then they'll go endorse. Therefore, they plan them. Obviously, we did on the preparation of plans for six other secondary cities, then with Freetown, because we look at the resource we get presently. Yeah, with the help of World Bank. Now, through the RSLP project, we do them plans and we review the act.
Okay, we'll go come into the details of all of the plans them where you don't talk about and the country planning act. But now let me start from the country planning act, because you don't mention say the regulatory framework there, so they're very much important, because certain term that some people go understand like your hands are tied, you know waiting for do, but the law not permits you for do them. You know, you meet somebody, they build all certain sign of Freetown, you go for Gwaxa for building permits, and the person tell you say law no they way say I forget building permits for building at this particular site. So we understand, some of us, that your hands are tied. So now that we don't begin for talk about reviewing the regulatory framework for let's try for strengthening them into something where we go able for use now this current dispensation, I think say we need for talk about them deeply. So now there was a country planning act, yes? There is a country planning act where we don't use all this while, right?
Of course, we get
okay, so now if we talk about reviewing that country planning act day, it means say something wrong with the one will be they use already. So now firstly, take us into the history of this country planning act where we they use and tell we waiting wrong with them where we reach to the point that we need for review on.
Okay, thank you very much. This act will they use before the country planning act. First we they use what to call the Freetown Improvement Act.
Okay.
Who colonial master they enact the inside 1900, yeah. Then after doing that again, they use what to call the Sanitary Act. Then they use upline. They will see the sanitary inspector when they want them billing. Then they go tell, then they go watch. They say, but you win that not turn at the correct position. You bill in wrong position, fine. You know, then Freetown they use the Freetown Improvement Act because the name implies Freetown Improvement Act. It limited only to Freetown. Not to Bow Improvement Act, neither Kono Improvement Act or any other side. Yeah. So in 1946, government began for enact what we call the Country Planning Act presently. When a Cap 81. Then this act be limited only to the colonial area from here to Songo, the whole of Freetown to Songo. This act be limited. Then in the 60s to the late 60s, government began for review, do a minor review on this act. And what thing government do the minor review for? One, for establish a directorate, where they call the country planning directorate. Because that country planning be there, now it works. Now then be they implement this Freetown Improvement Act. So now then be they take care of planning. You know, then when you look at the Freetown Improvement Act, then they tell you about the Director of Public Works. Yeah, and then this in the 1964, they began for reviewed and they for because we already don't enact the Country Planning Act. We don't give the ministry power, yeah, for establish a department or a directorate called Country Planning. So 1964, then we get for review this Freetown Improvement Act again. We then change everything from works, then first account to Ministry of Country Planning Housing. So in 2000, government began for do another minor review. What thing government do again? We're different from what they do in the 1960s. The 1960s one, obviously, then give the act give the power for the minister. Let him make sure say he do planning for the whole country. The act go to the whole country for govern the whole country. Then for establish a country planning directorate. 2001. The review way government may get for do now for declare the whole of Sierra Leone as a planning area, because we may come up from the war. You know the kind of destruction where war caused for we. So in 2014, also an attempt to be made for let government to review the Town and Country Planning Act, but by then I don't know. We not be as an officer will be as serious as now. You know. So what's happening? will not be see the acts they be reviewed. Although they go to a point where for go cabinet and go na parliament, but nothing be done.
Okay.
So come 2001 again, due to waiting be done happen, the Motorman incident, government can think from 2018 out to 2001. Government can think say it's necessary for we review this act. Then we do a structural plan because the free turn plan, gets a structural plan.
So you mean 2021?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So 2021 now, when Dr. Turad Senesi come, then can push this review process with the World Bank. Yeah.
So what are some of the inadequacies then? What you think say being supposed for the another country planning act day? We know the way we want for consider now, based on the reviews where we don't get from the stakeholders, them the inputs and all.
Yes. This whole act where we use it today because now we get presently in a bill, not an act. So this whole act will get today. One, the penalties that we did. I can talk about anytime when it's like say they're laughable. Tell me say if somebody commits crime, they're not for fine and pass £10, £5. It makes no sense to me. And some man go ready for committing crime, then it continue for pay them £5, then they can't go inside because that's what the law say. You need to go beyond what the law tell you for do. Yeah. Then the second thing, we know say all this while we make planning with the suffer because planning not be able for funding safe. We not be there for planning get money. And the old act, this current act we they use, they not make provision as to how planning the funding safe. But this new act we don't do so now. They don't make provision as to how planning the fund in safe.
Okay.
Then the old act not being give that leverage to councils for let them participate in planning. Yeah, the local council for let them participate in planning. But this new act they make now, obviously development control, they make and clearly say they go to the councils.
Okay.
Unless or otherwise they know if for control the development, then we step in back again. But we monitor them. Yeah. Then another thing again, with the able climate change. In those days, 1946, nothing like climate change incident they not been there around. People they not been there feel the impact of climate change. So they not been think safe for the inside the act. So this new act make provision for that. They take this climate change issue very, very serious. And also the disaster risk reduction. This act also help for reduce that day. Then another very important one again with this act to do, now the institutional framework, the one that we participate in planning, waiting at the role. They spell out waiting at the ministry role clearly, they spell out waiting at the council role clearly. They also make provision for planning committees. The Western area get forget a planning committee. We get forget different stakeholders inside. Then the East get forget a planning committee. The district, the region get forget a planning committee. The district get forget a planning committee. Then even the local councils also get forget planning committee.
All right. Thank you so very much, Director Sama Kanawa, where you ably they take me through the massive reforms where they happen currently in the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, especially in the country planning sector, because we don't reach side where we all do agree, say, Salone, the way how we cities them plan, the way how we towns their plan, it's nothing to write home about. So now that we don't get a leadership, they take their steps there, so I think we are all excited. But before we move on to Mr. Sovula, make we take a short break and then we go come back to owner. Welcome back to Land Talk. And of course, say Abdul Fonti, na my name still and always. Today we talk about country planning and technology reforms where they happen inside the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. Mr. Sovula, you are a software developer and the Ministry of Lands contract, or should I say hire, the company where they work for can help we for transform the ministry from paperwork or manual to digital. Because Try the way you go on a lands ministry, if you buy, I don't know which of the markets them way for call. If you buy Dove Court, you know, they meet people there, but could they, you know, able for differentiate between the staff them and the one that we go there for services or the imposters them, you know who that for talk to, if you want for apply for land, for example, if you want for apply for building permit, for example, you know nothing, everything be just chaotic. So the current minister will come, but people they say, this is not bluff man, a disciplinarian. Instead that they're not supposed for happen. And after when they put all standard operating procedures, you know, now you go there now, it's orderly, but still there is that human contact. So for remove that human contact there now, we dey now into an era who say we they go digital. So take we through this digital dream of the honorable minister and tell we if that dream they go always continue for remain a dream or it's been actualized already.
Yes, for starters, we are past halfway of achieving that dream, and yes, the digitization don't take a toll in our Ministry of Land, Housing and Country Planning, and people can day from the comfort of the home and make an application for whatever service they want from the ministry, such as building permit, freehold, leasehold, lease rent, the list goes on. And the good part about this is that you don't need no middleman. So that side imposters they will come and say you want building permit or any service you want. They say give me so money, let me go do one for you. Then I think of the past, because now you can then you host always you need a laptop, a laptop or a smartphone or a tablet and a working internet. That's all you need. With that, you go to the ministry website when www.molhcp.gov.sl. When you go to that website, if you watch the top left corner, you go see 3 horizontal dots where there is a green circle. If you click para, you watch it, they give you some left-hand menu. You can down, you go see they say choose a service. That choose a service get an arrow they point down. When you click the arrow, it will give you a list of services where the ministry provide. The moment you click on any of those services, it takes you to the ministry portal. So you will come, either if you now be existing user, you log in with your credential, or if you're a new user, you will create an account. And the good part about this that we take into consideration, say there are challenges when it comes to tech business alone, and not all man go get email address. So on that note, we make easy and flexible that with your telephone number, you go log in. So when they create your account, you put your first name, your last name, your telephone number, your email address. If you not get, it's optional. You put your password. You verify this your password for a second time. So you confirm your password for a second time. When you register, that your telephone number now you go use as your username and your password you don't put, and you log in. So we're not going to say any Salomon Day or Saloma when an adult we able for afford a house, we go on for building permit, or we able for council ministry, let ministry get a house, we're not going to get telephone number. That is nearly impossible. So with that, you go log in and you will get access to all of the services that the ministry they provide within the portal. And the good thing about this, you can do your application all by yourself. You not talk to nobody. You not even can a ministry self. You complete this application, you submit it. As you submit and so the people in our ministry then at the front desk, they go see and straight off. And when they see and then go do them checks, when they do the necessary check, as long as your submission is correct and complete, then go forward to the right authorities on to the point where you go reach the honorable minister, you give final approval, and you make your payment. And the good thing we will do back now that this system, the Ministry of Land, we integrate into NRA the non-tax revenue portal. We can hear about NRA non-tax revenue portal. We currently in use. If you want to go for pay for services na the judiciary, you want to go na NCRA, you want to go OARG, you want to go BATS and debts for go make your payment. Una can hear now they get NTR portal. where even if person dey na Matthew John, they don't find him guilty for a crime, when na fine for pay, and only for can bottom for can pay. If go dey na Matthew John day, if you get farm with the free to, it can even make you payment for via the portal. So Ministry of Lands connect to that portal day. So once minister approve your work, you go just go to the portal, you make your payment direct. As you make your payment, so you receive the can one time. And whether you receive the can, the good thing is that you count on our ministry, then verify. Now you service that you don't get so. And now you that. You know we go for work, you say you go for go past to anybody for eat you couple and left you per one day.
So by the way how you don't explain them so, it sound like music to the ear, to me. And I believe say also to the general public, we want for access service now the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. However, a critical mind will think or want for think aloud that technology also gets in own downsides then. You will get someone they tell you say we get this app where you can easily go there, but then the app always day down. Some man go tell you say we get websites where you go there, you go meet all the information them and it's easy for make you able to apply. But whenever you want for access that websites, there are challenges. So how effective this system we una they implement na the Ministry of Lands, because remember this is the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning for the entire Sierra Leone. People every day they build house there, they ask for building permits. Every day people they apply for land. Every day people they want leasehold. Every day people they want freehold. You know, so you get cool things them like how strong or effective is this system where you know go appear as if we're going technology, but again not just for bluff.
So I don't have the data here with me, but I vividly remember say the other time the honorable minister be in TV or radio, and he will explain give family the amount of applications we don't they happen, the amount of transaction and through the system we don't they happen, and the number was huge. So that day alone na guarantee to family say the system strong, it's robust, it's secure, and the uptime is at an optimal level, meaning say it's 99.99% uptime. Yes, don't get me wrong, no system not in the world with 100% secure, with 100%, with the 100%. Okay, and if you want to do maintenance only they happen on weekend and na midnight, where the possibility to make people then do online go slim. That's the time we do maintenance, and before it's morning, everything is fine and running. So no system not doing 100% safe. But in terms of security, we use SSL security, and we also get tools that we use for monitor the traffic within the system. Right. For no say, person no go come inside the system and cause havoc. Okay. Yes, then they safe, it possible all over the world. But for make somebody go inside your system and cause havoc, somebody don't do inside the system, open the mouth for them. But when we stand in that, we take unnecessary actions for make we protect the system, and then we monitor traffic, and then we monitor users. That is why even at the ministry, anybody who want to get access, it go through a process. The permanent secretary will get for supervise the access and authorize them before ever he gets access, so that the unauthorized person will cancel the system and get havoc. So I will assure family the system is safe, it's robust, and if I let family use them, then they take the money, they go give person sabi.
All right, you don't give me all of this assurance, and coming from you, me we know you no go get any reason for doubt this kind of assurance we they give members of the general public, because I know say if they complain that they get for arise, now through me back they get for come, and I get for call you say so like remember now if you go talk now AY view say this system here so it always they work, and of course from where we don't begin use this system, me the office, when at the public relations office, not get that complaint, they say I try for access the system, I'm not able for access them. Past maybe somebody come and say, you say, oh, since this not the first time, how we go able for access them? So we can just share to them the instructions, like that video they play, so we don't play until we don't send on our social media groups them, Facebook, WhatsApp. So we they make sure say let everybody able for understand them, so you know they get calls for coming at the ministry for anything. Just sit on at you host and make life easy, like how Dr. Turas NSC wants for making be. So now we don't get the assurance say the system is accessible. Now, in terms of monitoring or supervision, how the leadership of the ministry they able for monitor, for know if people where they apply, the directors them or the officials them we supposed for attend to the people that they online, that they able for attend to them. The minister gets any magic or technology on a set for making know how many people where they apply for the day, for example, for making know how many files within a director Kanawa in desk, for example, and of course, whatever you get for say with that, director Kanawa go get for verify for we if not through that.
So with respect to that, the Honorable Minister gets a dashboard, what we call an indicator. Okay, it's an operational indicator. That dashboard, the Honorable Minister they see every staff or every official will get function within the system. Okay. They see the number of files that we did to that staff they for make your address. So in an event, the minister they notice bottleneck or a drop in revenue for a particular service, and they watch the staff them way responsible for that service, they for push files them or for work on files them, and they watch them the interface and they go see the number of files related to them. There are several locations, Director Kanawa Sefki attests to that, where the Honorable Minister, they come in office, and they go office to office. Hey, Director Country Planning, I see 15 files on your portal. What happen? Why you not do not yet on them? Or whether you get management meeting or senior leadership meeting. Because Director Kanawa, you get this number of files. Director of Service, you get this number of files. Director of House, you get this number of files. What is happening? So because of that, there was a time where the directors are holding a neck. Like, hey, we need for push file because minister did now we next, so we need for push file, we need for get things going and all of that. So, and the minister that I can say with pride, enjoy that he is enthusiastic about development. So that's why he is so agile for the in directors and all the officials the neck for make things happen, and he has the tool. They get the dashboard inside the see. And that one they don't make even the staff that are front deck. We file going at the interface, then they migi for do because no one for get caught by the minister anyway.
The program where you they watch and listen to now Land Talk. And this edition they come to you live from AYV TV and with a simulcast with AYV Radio, SLBC Radio and Epic Radio. Next Friday, you will get another edition of this program. I'm sorry, next Tuesday, you will get another edition of this program now SLBC TV, and we go simulcast with Radio Democracy and Rise Radio. Today, we will talk about the digital transformation, now the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, and the country planning reforms where they happen currently under the leadership of Dr. Turat Senesi as Minister of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. Dr. Kanawa, you don't tell we but the kind big work we una they do. You know, some people go to praise una say, them and they also they need a pat on their back. But that they not they pass stop the host there from for them. Host they pass for them this rain season here so. Properties have been lost. Lives have been lost. The latest incident na Shell in happen. Say now some man no even know how many people them will die there. What is the story, especially from the Ministry of Lands perspective? Usai we left the Sidom Te, who are supposed to take responsibility for some of the things here where they happen?
Yes, thank you very much, Abifonte. I think it's everything that happened. So in terms of planning, I don't talk and previously say a gap in we historical planning. But notwithstanding, I believe say everybody gets blamed. Yeah, the whole country. Not just put up on planning. One of the factors where they give rise to some of the NTR, now the population growth in the city. We see how earlier telling us how people they come inside the city from upline, from the war, where people they come, they don't see how Freetown Talek. So everybody just they migrate kind of Freetown. So then they wait safe for then show the area. So then self they go now, then begin going at the hills. Some they build now middle forest. We don't meet people then they. Then they build the forest they before you cover them, they then go build inside the forest. So people they do them. Then some man they go now then inform a settlement same. Like then slum area. they go build it, and yonder for regulate activities, it becomes very, very difficult. So there's like a high risk to that day. Then another thing again, now the substandard building materials then back again. Yeah, me a civil engineer by trade, in as much as I don't become a planner now. But there's substandard material like iron rod and cement, instead again they contribute. Like one engineer they talked the other day, and I see himself na WhatsApp, where somebody they bend a finch iron rod with the hand, like say in a He-Man or in a Hulk. I don't know how they call the other strong man the way they bend iron rod. You know, a bend and being like way they bend paper. You know, imagine a kind of thing day. So you go build with that kind of thing day, and the way the design on is in a 4 iron rod, you go put that kind of 4 iron rod inside house. That then trouble no more they wait for it happen. Then another thing again, climate change. The kind of rain we envisage now will not be the envisage actually. So in that kind of rain, the way they count every force will not be on the design for that, will not be on the plan for that day. And una area talk say even the law will get the country planning not been designed for that day. So that kind of heavy hill, rain they come out of the hills, they cause erosion, and they can't begin to wash people and foundation away. We also the results to that kind of incident here. Then another problem again, now the poor drainage system and we poor waste management system. You know, so what did they happen? Then waste then they go to the drainage, then block the drainage, then the water they can settle, and that settlement they get effect from the foundation them, and they make it become unstable. So all land again they cause problem. Then as I tell you now, again before, the unplanned manner in which they do things them also contribute, and we also get not also forget again the skilled personnel them again. Some personnel they not get necessary training for do building construction because they don't see per Google build building upline usai the bedrock the foundation of the host na stone iron stone it's about fine. So when they ready for can build na Freetown very close to Sansang or then steep area there, then anybody think again they say Pabu will build this kind of house. So in the column, forget to say you get for look at the soil stability, then get for look at the iron rod, get for look at so many other things. So we need for hire the service of an engineer. They're not going to hire service of an engineer. They go for unskilled personnel. They do them kind of thing. At the end of the day, see what happen. Then another thing like the Shell incident, you know, the one that we lost their soul, let them soul rest. The one that we die, let them soul rest in peace. Yeah, we're not glad for that incident, say. But we all here again, NDMA they tell you back say, the net before ever that building collapse, they go offload 2 container items them inside that building day. And imagine if na oil or tile safe, na heavy thing in a day. And every building, like me an engineer, I know say he dey design building for specific load. If you pass that load, obviously on the head for doom. So all those things then they inside. So I believe there's so many things then they're responsible. And now we they go clog the gutter them. Not to country planning, not to council, not to any other person. Now we they take dirty back, put it on the gutter. Tell you where the dirty flop, the water begin can pass around the host them. It begin dig host them. All that happen now, we begin put blame on government. Then some people again they go see some area, you know, with all the senses. Some area they even tell people they say come out, they still let it come out. We don't go na boku area like we'll still the other day at the show now. And I even get a phone. We gonna will streets the other day.
Go ahead, no more. We're not going to say.
Yes, we go there the other day. About a month ago, we don't go there. We don't give notice to them people here. We go there back about a week ago. We see the people still dwell at that same place there. And now the veranda don't one part of the veranda don't come out, they don't follow. Then they still run and they jump there and they forget put them in bed and sleep. With all we senses. Why will they do that here to ourselves?
So somebody go on for say, how effective is the enforcement on the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning, especially where you don't deem a building as a death trap or as a failed structure? What are some of the things that we could do, or are we doing them at all?
Yes, we do so much, yeah. Before we will get problem, we will get constraints with movement, vehicle movement, and thank God now. through the help of we minister we get. We don't get one vehicle for planning. What would they use for patrol Freetown? They also, we don't get 8 bikes where we bill inspectors and they use them to plan inspectors them. You know, then they go all over the city. Like we go mark them billing and this, so what do they do? Would they try for, would they mark X? They will give the people them demolition and quit notice. And tell them say they're not for Canada, we try for lock them the more day. But yet still, we're not able for put them billing and they don't, because we get for consult other stakeholders them, for let them come in for help we not get the necessary equipment them. The last time, the one they will do now the flood prone areas them. Now military kinds of help with the equipment and they. So we get for wait for them stakeholders. When there's a planning, not to one man job. Don't office in a country planning no more. Now then get to the work. Okay. But other stakeholders then planning, what will they do? Now for bring all the other stakeholders. Why tell us say they do roads, plan the plan, we do touristic area. Not till we get the expertise for that. We get other people there. And even the demolition expertise, you know, we hire the expertise of other stakeholders then. You know, so like the one that we don't mark presently, we wait for the military come on board, then give it necessary equipment then. We don't go there and put the structure and they don't. But presently we don't put 2 down. Okay. One at Fire Corner, then the other and again the east end of Freetown.
All right, so now I want for we can talk about the structural plans then, because you tell we say the ministry currently they work with a development partner and support for make we able to get structural plans for Freetown, and you say 6 primary cities, because the way how would they see the outlook of Freetown, you know, the way how we don't build Freetown, somebody go say Freetown is a lost cause already. This person will manage and so no more now say we die, but we not get able for correct time. But if you are telling us that when I don't do structural plans, I want to make you explain tell we, or now they can't do structural plans. I want to make you explain tell we how the structural plans here get for look like in paper, and then how we get for go about for implement them. We get for Kabroke host them, like side away now one way, so we the structural plan can talk say na 2 ways supposed for the day. We they broke the host the way they day, or people them we don't build, don't block access roads them, you know, 5-story, 10-story building. Anyway, tell me about this structural plan.
Yes, thank you very much. Of course, them plans here they do in isolation, we also they do it with the public. They lie inform public that on Wednesday again, the data the way the consultant they don't collect, we do go validate and back again with various stakeholders and members of the public. Yeah. So this structural plans here we they do no matter what they get for happen, all they can implement, they get for affect some people. Obviously, the law they make provision as to if you affect some people them, waiting we they do for the one the way affect. Obviously, any side they get development, people in the way for be affected. A place like Singapore, then the way them be they say pass out this now. But they like today, they're not able for plan the city with the new plans that we then get. And of course, some side the way we would get for pass, some man will get for candle. If you get for past day, but government they make adequate compensation for some of them today. So we know the judge gonna go do them because we wicked. Another way they do them, we people not go to feel them. Yeah. So long as they go through the legal process, then for let make sure say you acquire your land, you get your permit, you get so many other things. What they can to them process, then they become very easy. Don't look at the inside bypass road. When they're ready for do the inside bypass road, we all enjoy so they like today. People will say impossible, very very impossible. But today now the inside bypass they enjoy so man don't give up that space. Government don't give the land somewhere else. So now we they use them. So the structural plan we they carry it. Now for improve Freetown, we all want to let Freetown improve. Not so we make idea so. But we some of we get for suffer for let picking and can enjoy. So
and how you feel say, although you say the process still day on, but as the director for country planning, you go down they get idea already as to what's happening, like waiting at the first draft them. How you think say there we cities here for look after we go down get and implement the structural plans here?
Yes, I think say the data they would don't collect for us. And we can interpret that data then very soon. We think for we see Freetown the way we all want for Siam. because we all make Freetown. Then that then validation exercise here, even they form the vision of the structural plan, we call all stakeholders again. Let's go form the vision. And we begin ask questions the way they form the vision as to waiting the way we want, waiting the way we don't want, waiting not the way we want. You know, all the questions that we all ask, we all answer together with stakeholders and members, representative of the public. We all answer civil society, other people them. We all answer that question together. And I believe say we all get the aim for loss of Freetown, Etalek, any Rwanda or any other plan area. So I believe say hold on the structural plan, people go see Freetown the way we want for Siam.
It's not Joseph M. Sovula. As we wrap up the program now, you mentioned NTR portal, where na the NRA the own portal than the way they use for payments. How easy than they be? Because somebody go through all the process at the Ministry of Lands, they don't get the approvals when supposed to forget, but then for pay now for the service, maybe you go get some bottleneck. How easy is that also for somebody who sit on an host, we don't apply to the ministry don't process them without be anybody there, and now the person don't reach level where for make payments. Let we use that there as your final words into today's edition.
Yes, so with NTR app, Fambul, once you don't you don't get the final approval of your application, you come at the NTR side. You go create account. If you don't get account, if you get account, you go use your existing account. With that account there, the good thing para, you go use them for pay for the service where you apply for now Ministry of Land, Housing and Country Planning. And all the tap there, with that one account there, you're able for pay for Ministry of Land, Housing and Country Planning. You go also able for pay for services now the judiciary, now OARG, now NCRA, BAT Sandet, and the list goes on. Now all the NTR, the USAI, NRA, they collect non-tax revenue. And the good thing that with that, you go for pay, you get your receipt one time. Well, you're not going for say you come out, you don't pay, you go all the way na NTR the office, na Wellington Street, let them go verify your receipt, or take 1 or 2 days for me to verify. As you pay, you get your receipt, you can get your service immediately. So me, the big fumble them. Do ya? Let we left for go through third party for any service we want at the ministry. Let we self take the honors for me to begin use the system. When we use them, we go for service, we get approval. We go in at the comfort of home, we get service, we not worry, say, person go take with money, they not give the service. Then also, this and only tap day, because we as a company, a private company, Blue Ribbon, we also don't do this similar development now Ministry of Planning and Economic Development. We then get NGO portal. We don't do similar development at NCIA, them na bats and that again. We don't do similar development na different places there like pharmacy board, and the list goes on. So this na Sierra Leone inside the tech business. Una not go for what we say na overseas, una go get tech service na Salonia. So a good for Sierra Leone and them, and a good that say now we self to do development as alone. It means we are making progress. And do your family use the system. It go better for you, it go better for me, and it better for we all.
Many thanks to you, Mr. Joseph M. Sovula, a software developer from Blue Ribbon. And many thanks to you also, Director Sir Mark Kanawa. I want also get Self middle name there, so Joseph M. Sovula, Sir M. Kanawa. Anyways, we'll go investigate that MD much later. Plenty thank you to you, Director. We don't take we through the massive reforms them we the current minister they undertake already with regards to the country planning sector, and the reforms are not only limited to country planning. No, you're gonna land and surveys also. We get for 10 time for when they talk about the reforms they you come on to legal reforms. You get plenty reforms them. So now that make this program the Land Talk for tell you everything where you need for know about the good work where they happen currently at the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Country Planning. And for make this program they meet you seamlessly. So where they say I mean very easy like Asidom. How they talk right now say very demure, you know. Now people that in the background for make this program they meet una so. And the people that they normally in the media we call them producers. So I want at this juncture for recognize me producers them led by Mr. Claude Kenny, and then we get Eddie Kanu, and then we get Metsiatu Nima Sise. The people here now, they in the background, you know, for make clear this program mituna like how in the mituna. So until we meet again next time for another edition of Land Talk, me will present this program na community engagement and communication specialist na the Sierra Leone Land Administration Project, and Abdul Fonti na my name still and always.